You should always strive to be better than you were yesterday, and as humans, learning is an integral part of who we are. So in order to make sure that none of your efforts go to waste, here are 5 tips on how to learn anything faster. Number 5. Associate. This is probably a very widespread learning method, but for good reason. If you're tasked with memorizing repetitive information that you might not care too greatly for, try to make associations. For example, if you're learning a second language and have difficulties remembering a word, try to connect it to a word or multiple words from your own language. So the French escargot can become a car with the letter S on the front, ready to set off for a race. Or remembering how many feet there are in a mile by saying 5 tomatoes, 5 2 8 O's. The more wacky and tailored you make your association, the easier it will be to remember. Number 4. The Feynman technique. When we learn, we tend to lie to ourselves regarding how much we have actually understood. Using the Feynman technique ensures that we have an objective grasp of our own knowledge. All it entails is to explain the concept we are learning in the simplest way possible. Now, this doesn't mean butchering the topic and calling the Pythagorean theorem that triangle mumbo jumbo, but rather being able to explain the concept to a child, because only then will you see how well you actually understand what you're learning. Note that you do not actually need a child every time you go over a new chapter of calculus, but instead write it down on a piece of paper or explain it to a friend who doesn't understand the subject. If you could explain integrals to me down in the comments, that would also be efficient. Number 3. The Karate Kid. We call this next tip the Karate Kid as it is based on the principle of learning the basics to perfection. People tend to get lost in the flashy elements of a craft or get overwhelmed by trying to learn every aspect at once. Calm down. Learn the fundamentals first. If you are learning how to play guitar, don't immediately try to learn every strumming pattern, every riff, or every love ballad. Pick a simple song and play it to perfection. Before attempting to write an entire book, be sure that you can write the perfect paragraph 9 out of 10 times. This doesn't, however, mean you should only scribble eyes in your notebook and never attempt to draw the entire face, but to just pace yourself. And if you see a kung fu master, offer to wash their car. Number 2. Body and mind. More often than not, whatever you're doing will include your body, so approach your learning appropriately. This might be obvious for skills revolving around sports and athleticism, but it should be implemented in other fields as well. If you want to become a good spokesperson, don't sit down at your desk and mumble under your breath. Get up, gesticulate as you would while giving the presentation, look around the room, speak in your normal tone. This way, you will feel much more at ease when you are giving the presentation, as it won't feel as foreign as it otherwise could have. Number 1. Optimize. As stated previously, your body and your mind are in this together, so make sure to take care of both for optimal results. This means making sure you get adequate sleep, being hydrated, and knowing your limits. Try not to cram everything at once. Learn in short 20 to 25 minute bursts with little rests in between. Go for a walk or exercise for at least 15 minutes and drink lots of water throughout the day. Not to sound like your mother, but if your body is at 100%, it will allow your mind to do its best as well. Do you use any of these techniques? If so, which ones? Be sure to let us know down in the comments, as well as liking this video and subscribing to the channel so you never miss an upload.